Welcome back to the channel, fellow Port Charles addicts. It is a wild Wednesday, and we have so much to unpack today. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive right into the late night tea. Oh my god. I cannot believe what they are setting up right now. Jason is back and looking like he's been through a meat grinder. Valentine is dropping terrifying threats. Willow is officially in a full-blown panic spiral, and I just can't handle it. I mean, are we really about to watch the entire town explode all at once? Because I am so here for it, but I'm also terrified for half of these characters. Let me just get all these thoughts out before I explode. Let's start with Jason, because my heart is in my throat. Seeing him at the Quartermain boathouse with Danny is it's a lot. And can we talk about how different Steve Burton looks playing this specific storyline? You can physically see the weight he's lost and the sheer exhaustion in his eyes. The WSB black site in Jakarta absolutely broke him down, but you can tell he's got this new, intense resolve. In the promo, he tells Danny that he is home for good, but what does that even mean for Jason? Is he actually going to tell Danny the whole truth about taking the fall for Rocco shooting Ross Cullum? Or is he going to give him the sanitized kid version of the story? Because Danny is not a little boy anymore, and he has been through too much trauma to be lied to? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just have to say this because it is driving me crazy. Ever since Cyrus Renault killed Sam and Dex, Danny has been an absolute live wire. Can you even imagine the guilt Jason must feel? He was locked in a WSB hellhole in Indonesia, while Cyrus was out here murdering the mother of his child. Danny lost his mom to Cyrus, and his dad was rotting in a cell covering for Dante and Lulu's kid. The psychological damage there is off the charts. Danny's been begging Sonny to let him join the mob. He's been furious at the WSB, and he desperately needs his father to be straight with him. If Jason tries to coddle him now, it is going to backfire so badly. I've been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen Jason return from the dead, return from being held captive, you name it. But this time, this feels fundamentally different. The trauma has changed him on a cellular level. I honestly think he wants out of the mob life to focus on his boys, but how is he going to explain a peaceful mindset to a grieving, angry teenage son who wants blood and revenge? It breaks my heart, but I am so invested in this father-son dynamic. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about Valentine Cassadine, because I am shaking. The scene where he's talking to Dante Falconeri, and he just coldly says, she's picked a fight that ultimately she's going to lose. Chills. Literal chills. He is obviously talking about Lulu. Am I the only one who thinks Lulu is completely out of her mind for poking the bear like this? She just found out Carly was hiding Valentine in her attic for months and letting Charlotte visit him in secret, and now Lulu wants to wage a full-blown custody. Did she forget who she is dealing with? Valentine is a Cassadine. He just took down Ross Cullum with the head of the WSB. I know some people are loving Lulu's fierce, protective mom energy right now, but personally, I think she is being a massive hypocrite and she is playing a very dangerous game. Charlotte is a daddy's girl through and through. Valentine might be a former fugitive who was tangled up in international espionage, but he loves that kid more than anything on this earth. If Lulu tries to lock him out of Charlotte's life and use the courts against him, she's only going to push her teenage daughter further away. Remember when they tried this custody tug-of-war years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. Charlotte is going to run straight to Valentine, and Lulu is going to be left holding the bag, crying about how unfair it all is. And honestly, I am Team Valentino. He earned his freedom. But speaking of people making terrible decisions, can we talk about Willow Kane? I am screaming at my television. She is in a room with Jack Brennan looking like a deer caught in headlights, telling him they have a pressing problem. You think, Willow? Your pressing problem is that you've been injecting your legally wedded husband with a paralytic to fake a locked-in stroke. I mean, the descent of Congresswoman Willow Kane into a full-blown villain is the best thing the writers have done in years. But she is so sloppy. She is married to Drew, but she's treating him like a science experiment gone wrong just to keep him quiet about her shooting him. Let's rewind to Willow's messy life first. I am so glad she and Michael divorced ages ago. Michael is honestly thriving dating Jacinda now, and he doesn't need Willow's toxic, criminal energy dragging him down. Because let's be real, Willow marrying Drew Kane and then turning into a literal attempted murderer who shoots her husband and paralyzes him? That is unhinged behavior. And now she's striking deals with Jack Brennan, who faked his own stroke, by the way, to get dirt on Drew so she can neutralize him when he wakes up. It is pure soap opera gold, but Willow is going to burn. And now, we have Kai Taylor stumbling upon some shocking intel. Kai works for Congresswoman Willow, and the spoilers are practically screaming that Drew is starting to regain his mobility. The paralytic doses have run out because Jen Sidwell is on the run, and Willow can't get her hands on more of the drug. So Kai is totally going to walk in and see Drew moving his hands, or his legs, right? Or maybe, Kai finds the empty vials in Willow's office. Either way, Willow's house of cards is about to collapse. I cannot wait for Drew to fully wake up and expose her. She deserves everything that is coming to her, and I'm going to bring marshmallows to the fire when her life burns. Meanwhile, the Ashford family is an absolute train wreck, and I cannot look away. Jordan Ashford corners Portia Robinson, who is heavily pregnant and looks like she is about to pop at any second. Jordan just flat out tells her, "You're dragging the situation on." The nerve! I mean, Jordan isn't wrong. But timing. Timing. Curtis is facing serious assault charges for beating the absolute pulp out of Portia's surgeon boyfriend, Isaiah Gannon. The drama is so thick you could cut it with a scalpel. Isaiah is suing Curtis, Curtis is refusing plea deals, and Portia is caught in the middle trying to manage her high-risk pregnancy while her baby daddy and her boyfriend destroy each other. Trina has already washed her hands of her parents' toxic drama to focus on her music showcase with Gio, and honestly, good for her. But this heated confrontation with Jordan, it is 100% going to trigger Portia's. The spoilers say she starts having contractions this week, and I am calling it right now. Portia is going to go into labor right there during the argument with Jordan. What if she can't get to General Hospital in time? What if Isaiah has to deliver the baby of the man who shattered his surgical? That would be insane, but it is exactly the kind of twisted, poetic justice this show loves to do. Okay, taking a breath? Let's pivot to General Hospital itself, because Elizabeth Baldwin is drawing lines in the sand, and I am so incredibly... In the preview, Tracy Quartermain is standing at the nurse's station glaring at Liz and spits out, "You would do well to be nice to me." Tracy is furious. Absolutely livid. Because Laura pitched Willow Kane to fill the 16th seat on the GH board, and Elizabeth backed it up, calling it a brilliant idea, I love this era of Elizabeth. She has dealt with so much over the years, and she is not backing down from Tracy. Tracy thinks she can just bully the hospital staff because her family has money and legacy, but Liz is the head nurse, and she has stood her ground against Sonny Corinthos, so she sure isn't going to let Tracy intimidate her. Even though I hate Willow right now and think she belongs in Pentonville, seeing Liz stick it to Tracy is incredibly satisfying. But Tracy is on a warpath. She just got arrested by Harrison Chase because Willow faked being pushed into a lake, and now Willow is stealing a GH board seat? Tracy is going to go scorched earth. Elizabeth better watch her back, because Tracy does not lose gracefully. And speaking of GH staff, the Britch is back. Britt Westbourne is on my screen, and she is taking 0 prisoners. She warns someone, "That's where you're wrong. I'm making it your problem." Yes, Britt. Tell them. She is definitely talking to the new guy, Doctor. Tristan Roberts. Dean Geyer just debuted in the role, and the summer spoilers said they were going to get off on the wrong foot. Tristan clearly has no idea who he is dealing with, and he is about to learn a very harsh lesson. Think about what Britt has just survived. She was on the run with Rocco in the British Virgin Islands. She almost injected herself with poison that Ross Cullum planted in her meds. She got arrested for kidnapping, and she just found out her Huntington's disease was a complete lie manufactured with saline syringes, a lie that got Marco Rios killed. She has been through hell and back. She does not have the patience for some arrogant new doctor trying to throw his weight around her hospital. She is traumatized, she is angry, and she is ready to bite someone's head off. I am predicting right now that Tristan and Britt are going to be enemies to lovers, and I am entirely here for it. We need a good, fiery hospital romance right now. So yeah, Wednesday's episode is going to be an absolute roller coaster. Jason's emotional and heavy reunion with Danny, Valentin's dark threats against Lulu, Willow's imminent downfall as Drew wakes up, Portia's high-stress labor, and Britt putting the new doctor in his place. I am going to need a strong drink to get through this week of episodes. What do you guys think? Is Jason going to tell Danny the truth about the WSB and Rocco? Is Lulu going to push too hard and lose Charlotte forever? Is Kai going to expose Willow? Let me know in the comments. because I desperately need to talk about this with people who actually get it.